If you've spent hours trying to figure out sauce like I have, then this video is going to be for you. This one is more specifically focused on setting up browser sources of sauce in OBS for your stream. So if that's something you've been struggling with, been trying to figure out, this is your video. So stay here and check it out. All right, to get this going, you're gonna need to be running Zwift and sauce at the same time. Just if you're not running Zwift, you can't get the data that you need into sauce so that you can see what it's doing. So get Zwift running, get sauce going. So just to kind of give you an idea, my sauce layout looks a lot like this. I was just doing a club ladder race earlier today, so I have the club ladder mod up. But this is what I see, actually, minus the HUD there. All right, so you got to turn the HUD off, the Zwift HUD. Anyway, so this is my view, and when I'm riding, it's what I see. Okay. Yeah, so I have my groups here. I got my leaderboard. This shows the elapsed time. If it's an event, it'll have the event data down here too. If I'm riding just a normal race, I'll have the segments in the segment leaderboard that pops up over here. So a lot of different things. However, when I'm streaming, I present something very different. So this is what I actually present when I'm streaming. So you can see it looks a lot different. Some of the same data, but just in different places, shown differently, different sizes, and not all the same data either. I think when you stream, sometimes you can actually get too much data on there for your viewers. So kind of keeping it simple, keeping it consolidated, I think is the right way to do it. That's just my opinion. So this is what my stream looks like. Again, this is what I see. So different things, obviously. So let's jump in and let's show you how to do this. All right, so we're going to start here in OBS. Right, got the never-ending infinity view there, but I'm sorry, there's no other way to do this. So, all right, so we're going to create, actually, before we do that, we're going to jump back over here. You want to pull up your settings. Under General, there's this web server. You want to make sure that that's ticked. You'll then see the URL. This is the URL of your computer that's running Zwift, and then the port number that is accessible. But all you actually have to do is click on that, and it will open up a it'll open up, the window in Chrome. So let me see if I can show that to you. Yeah, so here. So again, so you can see all of the different window options that you have in here, and I have all the mods. Most of the, I think all the mods that I know of installed. The ones I use mostly are Ono's and Zen Masters mods. Those are the ones I use. Pretty much everything you see in mine are from those two, except for the club ladder one. That's a separate mod. Anyway, so you're going to then interact with this to see the different windows that you can. So obviously, if you just click on one of these, it's just going to open. It's just going to open that up. Now you can go in here and you can change the settings to all your heart desire, but that's not where you want to do this. Any settings that you change here will not be translated into sauce, or sorry, into OBS when you add this as a browser source. So don't do any settings here. Just all you really want here is just the URL. So you're going to copy that. Right, and you can minimize that. We'll come back in here. Then you're going to add a browser source. We'll call this sauce tutorial 1. Okay. We're going to paste that there. You're going to want to put an extension onto this URL to kind of give it a unique identifier. So that way you can then use multiple instances of this sauce window for different things. I'll show you more what I mean by that. But the way you do that is you just put in window capital ID equals and then whatever it is, watching one. I'm going to make this a square because this one just shows up better as a square. And then you really want to check these two checkboxes, and I'll show you in a minute, but that helps when you want to do the settings for that window. So click OK. All right, I'm going to turn this part off now. So now you can see I have this nice gauge, window. But I can't really do anything with it. I can't, change anything. I can't. So how do I do that? So the way you do that is you want to come back, back into OBS, and then you're going to want to click on, make sure that window you want to mess around with is highlighted, and then in red, and then you want to click the interact button. All right, so it's going to open up another window. Then you can right click on that. And now you can go in and change the settings. A couple things to note about the settings is these menus in OBS in the interaction here there is no drop down, it won't drop down. The way that you change that is you just use up down arrows to cycle through till you find what you want. Once you find what you want, you then click outside of it, it will make the change, and then it makes the change back here. Now, in order to get back, you'll see now, okay, I'm stuck on the settings here because I was interacting with it. The way you get that back is those two checkboxes that you checked. I'm just going to allow you to, all you have to do is just you make that source go away, and then you bring it back, and then voila, it comes back to the gauge. All right, so now the next thing you're saying, well, that's cool and all, but I like to have my gauge is transparent or have some type of semi transparency to them. So you can still do that even though it's a browser. So let me show you again. So you're going to come back to the interact. It's going to come up and go into settings. Now it doesn't work as simple as just changing this to, there's the semi. I can show you that. Oops. Sorry, it's really finicky because it thinks there's a drop down there, so you just need to click off over here. All right, so I set that to semi. If I come back out and close, oh no, it's just black. So there's more to do. So again, come back into interact, right click, settings. You're actually going to want to do a solid background, and you can, if you want it to be completely transparent, you don't really need to do anything other than change this to 0. But maybe you want it to be, have, some opacity, but still have a background to it. So you can change this to black, and then you can set this to like 50. Click out, close, hide, back. Let me take this away. So now you can see it's a nice, cool window with some transparency. Oops, don't want to do that. There. All right, so now we have one. We can keep building this out. So one of the things that I did before was I put that window ID on there. Now, why is that important? Other than you should just do it for all of them. It's important so you can have the same window source but use it for different data. Because if you don't put that window ID on there, it's going to add the same window source over and over again with the same data. No matter if you change the settings in one place, it will change them all. So, so let's do that. So we're going to add. Let me go back to here so you can see what I'm doing. We are going to add new browser. We're going to call this one Sauce Tutorial 2. So, okay, I still have the same one copied, so I'm just going to paste it again. Again, now we're going to put that window capital ID equals, and we'll call this one machine 2. Actually, let me show you. We're going to use the same one, but we're going to call this. We're going to do a profile, like a gradient profile. All right, so we'll play around with the height and the width and the height here in a second. We'll check these boxes. Click OK. All right. So I can see what's going on here. Something didn't happen right, so let me go back here and check properties. Oh, sorry. Syntax is important. Make sure that's a question mark. Okay. All right. So you can see we have a new window here. So, all right. So I'm gonna come back. Show you what I'm doing. We're gonna go interact. Click. All right. So we can come down here now, and let's get rid of all these things, and then let's add. Using the down arrows, we're gonna go elevation profile, click off. If you click add, sometimes it, like I'll show you. If I go here, time zones, and click add. Oh, it actually worked. It's cooperating now. Sometimes it clicks out of there or whatever. I'm not sure. It's just the way it is with OBS and interacting with these things. So, all right. You can change the settings up here. Let's do the background. Let's make it all black. 0, 0. Oh, another note on these background colors. If you wanted a specific color, say you wanted it to be, I don't know, purple. Shout out Rhino Racing. Purple background, but you still wanted that transparency. Unfortunately, you can't click on here and it doesn't pop up with a window to select the color. You just have to go grab the hexadecimal code off of. You can go to the web and get hexadecimal code for whatever color you want. You just put it in here. It'll change that color. All right, so let's actually make this one 0 opacity. And there we go. All right, so now we have this. Let's hide it. Come back, and it's hard to see because we got this. But now you can see we have transparent profile. Now you can resize it here, but it gets kind of crazy if you do that. So my suggestion would be go to properties. Let's play around with this a little bit. We want to make it kind of long, so let's go 1,000. Oh, actually, you know what? I just remembered. You actually are going to want to go into the settings here, and you want this to be horizontal mode, or else it doesn't work right. So off. There it is. We're back. All right. So now let's go here in the properties. Let's get a width of like, I don't know, 1500. Height of 400. Just play around with it at first. Okay. Hey, that actually worked out pretty well. So then you can put that wherever you want. You can then, you can resize that if you want. You can also place more with the properties. I don't know. Let's make it 2500. Keep it at 400. Hey, there we go. Now we're looking really good. So yeah, you can put your profile down here. Got that in there. It works. This all works with mods as well. So, and I haven't really run. I've heard that they could sometimes be finicky. I haven't seen that before, but okay. So coming back here, we are going to go. Actually, we are going to switch over to here. Let's go grab a mod. Let's do live data. Come on. Actually, no. Let's do overview. This is always a good one because this has you can get a lot of data from this overview mod. Shout out to Jeremiah Fletcher. Sorry, that's who we're watching up here, Jeremiah. So I don't know who that is, but thanks for letting us use your watch you while you're cycling. Copy that. We'll close this down. Go in here, create a browser. We'll call this sauce tutorial 3 dash mod. Okay, paste that in here. Okay. Not equals question mark. Messed up that last time. Window ID equals. Let's call this overview mod. Again, we'll play around with the height and width here in a bit. Let's check those checkboxes if that is important. All right, now you can see we have this going on, so we're going to interact with that. Click, change some settings. Again, like to have that transparency. If you set this one to full transparency, I think it still shows semi-transparent. See view. We'll double check that. I think this is one of the ones that's kind of finicky. So we got a solid background, but I think you also need to set this either to like transparent or semi. So if I set it to semi and close, yeah, yep. All right, so get rid of this. Better. All right, so you can see there is some still. It is transparent. It's 100% transparent. If I didn't do that 100%, or sorry, it's at 0 opacity, which is 100% transparent. If I didn't set that, you would then see in this space here in between, you would see some background. So because this background is, or sorry, the transparency is setting for that, whereas it will still inherit whatever the theme setting is you put on this. All right, so there's, like I said, there's a lot of information on this gauge. So go in here and interact, settings. You can show route info, segment info, leaderboard. Cool. All right, and then if you just do refresh, that doesn't work. You have to do that. Now let's play with the settings here. I've actually found that the width is pretty good at 200, and then let's try 1,000 to start with. Okay, ooh, that is not good at all. What was I thinking? Something you can do here is, again, interact, settings. Oh, now we're really messed up. No, I've really gone and done it. I know that the font scaling is good. This one will change based on what settings you put into it. So, mess with the properties again. Actually, it's 500. Hey, that's a lot better. Anyway, still don't have everything here, so again, you just play around with that until you get what you want. That's going to go way off the screen, so that's not going to work. But you get the idea. So that's how you add. That's how you add browser sources from Sauce into OBS for your streams. So, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Or if you have any corrections, maybe I didn't say something right. Maybe there's a better way to do this. I don't know. I'm just learning. I thought I'd share what I know. So, comment below. Thanks.